Hey everyone, Glimpse here, and today we're back with MING. He's over here pretty leveled up. I want to talk about pros, cons, and just whether or not you should build him for your account. Yeah, so the newest 4-star Genshin Impact right here. Claymore, Pyro, pretty cool. And I do really like this playstyle. And I kind of... Okay, so let's just get right into this right here. Happy Valentine's Day to those of you that, I guess, celebrate it. I just got a big pizza and a cookie. That was pretty good. Okay, so Masanori right here, general like test dummy for the game right now. One problem I think with this team is actually Shanyan. Like, to be fair, my Shanyan's only level 70 out of 80. I love the E-talent and everything. Yeah, one problem is she's only 70 out of 80. She could be leveled up a bit more, but I don't know. I just feel like the healing's not as good as it could be. Because I feel like I wasn't paying attention. Where do I go? Because the problem with having a 4-star DPS is obviously generally like lower stats. 16k HP is kind of low. I mean, it's not the lowest in the game or anything, but if you're not playing it with the shield, you kind of do have to pay attention, which messes up a couple rotations. And let me show you guys the build right here. Overall, the damage is pretty solid though. But so we're at like 1800 attack, 150 EM, 45 to 175. Weapon R5 Serpent Spine. We got Marashase Hunter, C6 Gomming, 81111. Okay, so overall everything's looking pretty solid. Now, let me remember the rotation real quick. I haven't played him in a couple days. So this is kind of how I've been playing him. Let's do this first, because otherwise Shanyan will just get like one shot. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is fun. So here's the thing about Gomming is and then yeah. So that's about like the time Shanyan buff ran out there. But we got them all down. That was pretty cool. So pretty much Shanyan helps you do the plunge attacks in the off time. C6 Bennett here imbues you with Pyro, so you can kind of like vaporize all the Farina hits. And then whenever his E like hits something that's a target enemy, that's when he does the plunge and the sonic spin thing. So overall some pretty solid damage. But yeah, like I was saying, one problem here is like, okay, if you don't have C6, he does a lot less damage. I was kind of messing around with it before. C6 is pretty solid. If you want him in the Lantern Rite as well, you can kind of start working towards those constellations, but it's definitely not like a must pull. Even without C6, you can kind of just play him for fun. But I do think there's a noticeable difference. Let me show you guys his cons really quickly, just a quick coverage. So, way to simplify this for you guys. Let's see. Okay, so pretty much when you use your burst, the little lion thing will fly out and then come back to you, and that's when you can do your special plunge attack. Whenever he comes back, you just heal 15%, so that makes him a little tankier. I mean, that's fine, nothing too crazy. Receives healing. Let's see. And if the healing overflows, just 20% increased attack. I mean, pretty solid. Then 3 and 5 are just his skills. Let's see. Okay, so whenever he does that special plunge attack thing, you get 2 extra energy, and it can occur every 0.2 seconds. I mean, that's fine for that definitely helps with the energy requirements. And this one right here, plunging attack, you get an extra 20% crit rate and 40% crit damage. So overall, that's pretty solid. This is going to be a kind of short video because there's not too much to say after this. He's 81111. Here she's 688. Yeah, C0 her, C2 Farina, C6 Bennett. Overall, I'm going to say I am very pleased with this character. I feel like like an overworld team as well, that's pretty solid, is if you don't really want to have to rely on like Xianyan and you want something more stable for those people that kind of like me, Zhongli mains that don't really like to dodge. Let me just show you this like quickly on a Ruin Guard. Let's see. There's one up here. But yeah, so sorry about the lack of videos recently. Midterms just finished. And what did I do this weekend? Study for my last midterm on Tuesday? Nope. When did I watch the Super Bowl? No. Was I getting ready for Valentine's Day? Nope. What I did do was I was grinding Star Rail pretty much because I lost my 50-50 to from Don Hung Il. But we pretty much had to go to Pity twice. We got him. New video about that coming soon. And then you can kind of see like that's some pretty solid numbers just for that one E right there. And then of course you can use his ult there, but that like wasn't really worth it. But yeah, I definitely do like the plunge attack buff from Xianyan. Like, it's definitely noticeable, right? But it's not like a necessity. But like playing with Xianyan, Farina, Bennett, that's by far the best team. This one's kind of just like a fun overworld team if you want to mess around with and be a little... Because you just saw like the one instance of his damage there. Pretty solid. Let's look at something else. Then right after this I'll probably go record a Xianyan video. Because that's pretty fun. Oh, I love how we have more team slots now. But let's see. Like, other options that you could do is you could replace Farina with Yalan, Xingqiu. Any of those you want to work, but you just kind of have to work in some normal attacks and stuff. What's so good about Farina is that it's pretty much all off-field. So you don't really have to worry about the application there. So that's what's so good about this. And then the reason that this best here is Xianyan is just for the plunge attack buff and the healing and everything for Farina. And then Bennett's there for the attack buff. If you don't have Bennett C6 or him C6, you kind of at least want one or both of them C6. But if you don't have him C6 and you want to use him like in another team, or you don't feel like he's the best here, I guess some other options you could use are kind of like Kazuha to swirl. But you're not really going to be swirling Gaming stuff at all. Like, I have my Xianyan on Viridescent, so whatever I swirl whenever I'm doing the Animo attacks, that definitely helps as well. So yeah, you can use Kazuha Swirl instead if you want to like switch out one of those characters and go another shielder. Or you could just go Power Resonance with Shangling. But like, now you can do Ganyu, you can do Ayato as support, you can use Shinobu just for healing if you feel like just one of them is not enough healing. Or same thing with Kokomi, you can do, like a good slot here would be Kokomi if you don't really have Bennett leveled up. Raiden for energy, but I don't really recommend that. That's kind of just like a flex slot if you want. Like, same thing with Fischl, just like any of the off-field sub DPS if you want to worry about it, go ahead. I don't recommend burning teams really. Yeah, those are pretty much all the main characters I personally would pair with them. If you want to try like an Electro Charge team, go ahead, build up Chevrolet. But currently, I'm not completely on that train right now, so that's kind of just a personal opinion. Let's try to go farm a domain for this really quickly, because I haven't really tried Gaming and domain. I've just kind of tested them out on Masanori, and I know that sometimes the domains work a little differently. So let's go ahead, farm not Sumeru. Let's go to farm everyone's favorite domain, Marachase. I'm just gonna do 1 to 2 runs of these. I've been farming the child domain a bit recently. The main thing I've been working on my account is getting Bennett and Zhang Ling more up to par, because I'm gonna be real with you guys, I've been slacking on supports. Their supports aren't as much fun for me, but I kind of want to try like the real child team, international. I kind of just run hyper carry child right now, which is a lot of fun, right? But there's not as many places to use him. So actually, what's in here? Oh, let's give it a shot. I'm not going to use all my right now, because when I make the Xianyan video, I want to show a couple different options, like Diluc, Xiao. I've been having a lot of fun with Pyro Xiao. That's really cool. Here we'll go. How well this is going to turn out, guess we'll see. I mean... Okay, that's pretty damn good. Like, especially for a okay, this is the best 4-star DPS that I have played. Is it the most DPS on my account? Like, was that the fastest clear I've ever seen on this account? No. Let's do like one more time, kind of show you guys. Let's see if we get this a little more refined. Hydro damage, maybe a new Violet piece. Maybe this one as well. Who knows? Probably not. Oh wait, actually, yeah, I do want an HP percent circlet to test out on Nouvelette because I have his signature. Someone mentioned trying it. I've been trying to farm a little bit for that, just because I have so much crit damage already on him. Here, let's get some of these in. Okay, so yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this team. But he definitely has one of the more fun play styles. Like, okay, look at that. This team was, I think I messed up the rotation a little bit more here. But like, okay, even look at all this time that I'm wasting. And it's still like, that was 39 seconds. That wasn't that much slower, but that right there is pretty crazy. So overall, if you think that playstyle looks fun, if you have the necessary components, not very good, no, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, if you kind of have the necessary components, like you need some type of weapons. Let me go over weapon runs for you really quickly, just to kind of see. Here's the main thing of, let me give you the rundown of everything you need to make Gaming function. And when you play them, at least have it be pretty, like not, I guess rage-inducing, right? Like, okay, like you can go ahead and make a DPS, I don't know, Barbara, right? But you're gonna hate your life, man. Like, I mean, okay, once again, this is one thing I like to say all the time. Play whoever you want to play. You can kind of make anyone work. But for a 4-star DPS, this is definitely someone I do recommend. If you already have like C6, Zhengling, and Xingqiu for Lantern Right, I definitely would consider going ahead and at least picking up a copy to kind of try them out. But yeah, here's pretty much everything you need to really make him work. You need some type of like Animo Swirl healer type thing. Gene would also work here. It's not going to be as consistent damage-wise, but Gene works as well. This right here is definitely something beneficial. Xianyun is not the most meta or the best character in the game by far, or any means. But yeah, even like C0 kind of not fully invested or anything. She works well with this team, so this is probably like the best slot here. A Bennett that's C6 is definitely helpful. If not, there's the other things I talked about, like a Kokomi or something else that you can fill in for that slot. Like once I said, Farina's pretty good, but like you can also use Ganyu or Ayato kind of fill in here if you'd like. You're not going to get as much damage, but just know that you're kind of going to get some application. I mean, I guess Rosaria also works if you want to work on crit rate. Gaming, quick rundown. I mean, Gaming C0 is fine. I mean, maybe at least a couple, like first 2 or 3 cons you can try to go for, but if you don't care about the 5 stars, don't worry about it. He's coming back. Go ahead, get him from the Lantern Right. That'd be super cool. Like these talents aren't maxed out, so you could definitely get more damage from your Gaming from this. And same thing, these artifacts are kind of just like secondary dot pieces that I kind of just threw away from my other characters. But like, yeah, you want to run Mara Chasse. Let me show you guys how I built this real quick. You kind of mostly focus on like attack, crit, and EM. Focus on like, I'd say go crit first, then attack, then EM. Okay, so I got this. And then this one right here is, you pretty much always want this piece to be attack, kind of focus on a little bit on ER. And this piece can be pyro damage, attack, or EM. Like you can kind of switch around the EM and attack and stuff between these two. I want pyro damage here. Is this necessary? No, but I don't want to have him rely only on the Farina damage buff. So I kind of like this as if I want to play him on a different team, make him a little more versatile. I think the pyro damage is the way to go. And I also got this 96 EM here. I was going to try to make this an EM piece, but I got a bunch of EM with the pyro damage and some crit. It's like, it's kind of just works out, you know? I got the crit damage here and just a little bit of crit rate. This isn't anything too crazy. Like, I'm be real with you, this piece kind of sucked, but like I said, this was just an afterthought piece that I kind of just had laying around. So you could actually make him a lot better than this, even though everything's pretty slanted down. Oh yeah, the weapon picks right here. I mean, this one's fine, but he's already a 4-star, so you don't really want to rely too heavily on the low base attack. This weapon, excuse me, this weapon's pretty solid. I kind of got this one just to play with him because this weapon's normally on Razor, and I don't like sharing weapons with characters, but I'm doing this kind of to show off for the video a little bit. This works fine for him. I mean, but if you're going to go for a weapon, just go for this one. This is just the better option. Yeah, I literally just like having different weapons. I don't want to level up a bunch of the same. So, yeah, pretty much those two. You can also run this one if you kind of want to go more offensively focused on the stats and then kind of just keep an ER type weapon. This one works pretty well. You can go EM, like this one's pretty good as well. I think you can use this one. What's this one? It's just attack. You can use this one, but no one wants to save those. What are those things? The damn melazines. Like, if you want to go save a man, but personally, I don't think it's worth it for me. You can do some, yeah, attacks like this. This one would probably work fine as well. Elemental skill damage. I don't really think you want to be burning your energy too much like that. Like this one, maybe. I mean, you can make that work. Pretty much anything with a lot of attack or EM. Like, no, don't worry about that one. Like this, you can probably make this work as well. These are just some like lower options, but pretty much the higher up options you're going to pick. You're going to want this weapon or this weapon, and then like maybe this one up there. Let's see. This gives attack and EM. Yeah, so this is pretty solid. That's pretty much all you really need for this character. And then as long as you have at least one of the other options or one of the basics that I mentioned before. I love this animation. Look at this real quick. And then at nighttime it kind of glows blue. But it's complicated. It's weird. It's like, okay, if you know how to get the nighttime animation consistently, let me know down below. But pretty much, I've heard that it's just at nighttime. You switch it to nighttime, and then it does it like a quarter of the time. It's super weird. So if you want to do that consistently, and I'm just not getting something, let me know down below. But yeah, the nighttime one looks beautiful. I'd show you right now, but it's just I don't want to be here for 10 minutes and it not even happen. But you can find videos of it online. It's super cool. So yeah, as long as you pretty much have like everything base level needed for Gaming, and like some substitute of at least one of the characters on these teams, or you can kind of get something similar to this and kind of work towards that. Like say you don't have Farina, but you have all the other characters. You can kind of set up the team, kind of play it with an alternate to Farina right now, kind of see how you like it. And then if you do like it, then go ahead and work towards saving for Farina just for that. Because like my personal philosophy in this game is if you guys want to kind of, you guys need some guidance here on like, oh, how much waifu over meta type stuff, right? I think support characters don't really matter what they look like, right? You see them for like 2 seconds. Like Farina, you just go bam, bam, you go EQ, you're on, and then you're back here, and then you're gonna be like swinging and plunge attacking and everything with this character. So I think you pick Husbando waifu character as main DPS, and then the other supports that you don't really play with. I just like to pick like some of the more meta options for the team supports, and then so like say Gaming's not the most meta character. If you like him, play him. Who cares, right? So just play like whatever character you want, but try to play them the best way possible, because that's just the way that you have the most fun, right? Like I could sit here, make a team with Gaming, Child, Nuvalet, and Ryo. That team's gonna suck though, right? But I have the most fun with each of these characters, setting them up with the supports. Like none of these supports I'm like in love with. I really like Farina. Xianyan, I love this skill here, just because I think it looks cool. But like that, I'm not like crazy about the character. She's a lot of fun though. So last thing, anything with this, let me know if you have any questions specifically for your account or anything down below. Subscribe if you wish to see more content like this, and then I'm about to record a Xianyan video right now just because it's been a little while. I'm gonna schedule it for like in a couple days, just so you guys aren't bombarded with too much content right now or anything. But yeah, so let me know down below if you guys do like playing Gaming or not. I personally think it's a lot of fun. So like I'm saying, if you're kind of on the fence, I recommend just go for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, but only as long as you have like some of the better DPS built already that you can kind of work around and kill things a little quicker, and then just play Gaming whenever you want to, right? Like unless you really love this character, I don't advise you to main him, just because it's like the playstyle will probably get repetitive the same way that like Ganyu did. There's not too much variation here, but at the same time, he's a lot of fun. So if you want to play him, go ahead and play him. Just I feel like make sure you have other characters built first that are more beneficial to the account, like your Nuvalets or your Farinas, that type of like the more meta characters. Just go ahead and take a pretty high up DPS you like. Make sure you have that covered. And yeah, so this video went on a little longer than expected when I start talking, but that's how it always goes. So I'll say thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you guys all have a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day if you did celebrate or anything, and I guess if you had no one to celebrate with, happy Valentine's Day here watching Gaming with me. Alright, hope you guys all have a great night. See ya.